Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. This video is meant to be an albino vampire creature kind of thing. I always wanted to do a vampire and I thought about doing a bald cap and doing some crazy ears and doing a crazy makeup, and this is the final result, the final look for you. And if you want to see how I got this look done, stay tuned. Alright, here we go, and I already did some preparations. First, obviously, I did my ears and as well my bald cap, and I have a special tutorial on how to apply prosthetic ears in the info box below, so just check that out if you want to see this. And I also did my eyebrows with a glue stick, and now I take some tissue which I've torn apart in the several layers and just a little bit of liquid latex and also a cheap sponge, and I just apply my tissue and my latex all over my brows, of course, and all over my forehead to build up two nice, prominent, thick and angry brows. And I did approximately 9 to 10 layers of tissue and latex, and between every layer I took as well a blow dryer to just speed it up and to not play the waiting game forever. And as you can see, you just build up the tissue onto the latex and drop it, and then you just do it the same motion every time you build up a new layer of tissue and latex. So you just build up every single layer of latex and tissue separately, of course, and in between every layer you just blow dry it to save a little bit of time, as you can see, and that's basically what you do here. So next, a little bit of talcum powder is required. Saves you a little bit of money, so you don't have to take your translucent powder, and also you take a powder brush and just powder up every area you touched with the latex, because latex loves to stick to itself and you want to avoid that, so anti-stick your latex with a proper layer of powder. The next step is meant to save you a little bit of time, and to just take a white plain hairspray and just spray your bald cap and your ears in white, which makes the color appliance now way easier. And this is Kryolan Grease Paint in white, and I take an acrylic brush for that, a big one, because I have to touch a big area. Saves you a little bit of time as well, and I always do acrylic brushes and grease paints because they are way easier to clean and you don't want to waste your expensive makeup brushes for that, and obviously goes way easier. I also take a Real Technique stippling brush and blend everything out very well to just avoid any wipes and just keep my foundation clean. And now I take my Nye Superwhite Powder and powder up everything very decently. I don't take a brush for that, I take a powder puff to make sure I can touch every area with it, and I can just dab the powder in to fix my foundation. Then I take a drugstore eyeshadow base. You take the eyeshadow base of your choice, of course, and apply that on my lids to just avoid them creasing, because the Kryolan Grease Paint is very soft and tends to jump into my crease, and I don't want to have that effect, and I just take it, the base, and smooth that out. And next I take my NYX Jumbo pencil in milk, obviously, and just take this pencil as my eyeshadow base. And of course, don't forget to blend everything out and together very well. And your fingertip does the job very good as well as a brush, and I also paint my lower and upper waterline with the NYX Jumo pencil as well in white, because it's supposed to be an albino, so albinos are basically plain white. And I also take a fluffy brush and blend that out again. Now I take a black eyeshadow by Kiko Cosmetics and a Bdellium Tools blending brush, and I create depth right into the inner corner of my eye, and I also blend that down towards my nose. So maybe you noticed I did some pencils at first, but the pencils are not necessary and I consider to not explain you this step, just if you are wondering. So the next step will be eyeshadow again, and you don't need the pencils, you don't have to do the pencils, obviously. This is Dollypop by Sugar Cosmetics, and now I will begin with the Dollypop and apply it on my moving lid as well as on the lower lash line, and just blend that out. The brush is by OCC Cosmetics, very nice brush, and yeah, blend those two together with a 217 brush by MAC. And blending is always essential for every eyeshadow you do, so just make sure you blend very well, and if you are not sure if you blended enough, blend again. And next I take a Velocity by Sugar Pill and blend it into the purple and the black. And as I always say, you don't have to take the products I do, you can take the products of your choice. You will always find similar colors and products for cheaper. I just love the good quality of them, so yeah, take whatever you want. And the next color, or the next color is actually a dark blue purple-ish tone by Nye. This is the brand Nye Bruise Wheel, and I just trace out kind of the crease to emphasize the brow later, which will become obvious later. And I also blend this color a little bit right into the bridge of my nose. So as you can see, the color really does the job very well. It really deepens up the socket and really just emphasizes depth, as you can see. And I take a blending brush again and just blend everything together, more or less. I just stay below the line, below the harsh line, to just keep everything as sharp and as clean as possible. And I also blend downwards the bridge of my nose to just emphasize the nose, really, and that's the key. And I again take the exact same color from the brand Nye Bruise Wheel and sketch out my angry brow with it. And I first take a little bit less color, and then I just build it up even more to emphasize it and to just build up a very heavy angry brow and an angry kind of expression. And yeah, you will see later what it does. So that's basically what you do. Just enhance the line, blend it out if you need to. Just take your fingertips, because it's way easier to blend on latex. Latex can be very tricky, so no eyeshadow will do the job. Actually, just take creams or water-based makeup, and that's what you can do. And here you can see I thickened the lines up a little bit. I enhanced them upwards and towards my forehead, and then I just build up this nice and angry expression. Then I take my angled brush again and just keep sketching out the brow, and I just stay above my actual brow, which you cannot see obviously, and I just trace that out, and as well took a sponge for that, because it's way easier again to blend everything. A sponge works wonders on latex, so take a sponge or take a very stiff brush or take your fingertips, and then you go on and apply the color. And I at first applied a little bit less color to just see where I have to go, and then I build everything up with more and more and more color, as you can see. And if you have the feeling you have not enough depth, you just add a little bit of more of a dark color. And here I already do my ears, and I just want to have them as well a little bit more structured, a little bit more deep. And I as well do a very dark line where the shadow is, to low light the ear actually, and then just blend that out, as well as on the nose. I again do the exact same thing I did before. I sketch out a line right on my cheek, and now I blend it out with a sponge, an angled sponge, to get it really deep, to get the effect of a really deep cheek, to emphasize the cheekbone a little bit more, and to create depth obviously. And I also take a brush for that, and another brush for that, to just smooth the line out, because I didn't want to have it as harsh as it was before. Then I took a spoolie and a little bit of the Kryolan Grease Paint and just painted my eyelashes in white. So last step, you drop the fangs you want to apply at first, and then you can show them to your audience. I'm gonna apply them with a 2 parts putty which you have to mix together very fast, by the way. You have to work very quick with that, and then you put it into the fang, and then you can put the fang onto your real tooth, and that's basically what you do. So yeah, took me several times, to be honest. Was a little bit tricky and tedious, but anyway, it worked great at the end, and those fangs fit my real teeth very well. And yeah, that's basically the final step here. I at the end of course applied a little bit of fake blood, which you will see in a minute, and that's the final look for you. So if you like this look, just give me a thumb up and support me with that. And if you want to meet me otherwise, you just visit my Facebook, which is facebook.com/anthonycookmua. I'm as well on Twitter and on Instagram. Just check out the info box below, and also leave me a comment if you like. Feedback is always welcome. And I say see you next time. Bye bye.